Hi, this is Jake from Game Domain, as today we are bringing you more of a quick news video. As you can tell from the title, we have received news that Nintendo has already begun the hiring process for the next Legend of Zelda title, which was originally rumored to be set for a holiday season 2019 release. But this news shows us two things: that the previously rumored date is false, and it'll certainly be a while before we get this title in our homes. Now let's take a closer look at the news. First off, let's analyze what this news means to us Zelda fans. And there are certainly a few things that this can tell us. The fact that the hiring has just begun now can either mean that it'll take a while for this game to come out, or that we could still even see a late 2019 or 2020 release. Now this doesn't make much sense, but hear us out. If this game is going to take place in generally the same map as Breath of the Wild, with the same general graphical appearance, then all that needs to be done is some intricate story details as well as implementing the story details into the map. Now, of course, locations on the map will be changed, as it is highly unlikely that the map will be virtually untouched. One major change that we would vouch for would be the removal of the 120 shrines in Hyrule, which would spark a return to the traditional dungeons of the games in the past. We hope that we will still see the same map as Breath of the Wild, with the same layout and places, but just that the shrines are removed and they scatter different dungeons throughout the map. This is a highly likely occurrence because the story of the shrines, champions, and divine beasts had already been told. So that means this game will either take place chronologically after Breath of the Wild or before it. But there still is one way that we could see the return of the divine beasts, shrines, and the champions. And that is, of course, if the next game tells us the story of the fall of Link that everybody alludes to in Breath of the Wild. This would mean that the next title would be a prequel to Breath of the Wild, and would tell the story of the champions while they were still alive, and would end up showing us how Link ultimately falls to Ganon along with the other champions. This would be a perfect way to answer many of the questions us fans had about the things that happened 100 years ago. And we are sure that Nintendo would give us those answers in the grandest fashion. The other thing that this news tells us is that this could possibly mean we're getting an entirely different game than Breath of the Wild, as they're bringing in a new development team. This is probably the more radical of the two, but there are still some ideas we have as to what this game could be about. As we have seen, the Switch is the most powerful Nintendo console yet, and in Breath of the Wild, we saw how big and beautiful the world of Hyrule can get. So if this next game takes place in a different looking Hyrule, as most of the Zelda games take place in differently designed variations of Hyrule from each other, then it would certainly not be smaller than the map we got in Breath of the Wild. Of course there would be new locations, as well as the old ones that we have dated back to Ocarina of Time, being brought to us in a whole new look. And since they wouldn't make the map smaller, that means they could only make it bigger or the same. And by the way Nintendo does things, it'll probably be bigger. But we literally know absolutely nothing about this game as of right now, and all we can do is speculate. We saw this news and thought that it was a perfect time to get our Zelda speculation train off and running. And we assure you there will be a lot more of these videos to come. So what did you think of today's speculation video? What do you think of this news? Are you excited for the upcoming Zelda title? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out some of our more recent videos, which we will leave links in the description for, as well as our Discord and new info regarding new channel updates. Our Discord is open to you guys to come and chat with our staff members and each other about gaming, so don't be afraid to join. And while you're down in the description, also check out our Game Domain merch stores. There, we are selling cool GD merch like t-shirts, phone cases, buttons, and even mouse pads. We have a ton of cool stuff available for purchase, and all of the proceeds support our channel and are going towards helping us grow even bigger. Stay tuned to Game Domain for more great content, and thanks for watching.